What's up guys, TG back here with another video recapping and reviewing Season 4, Episode 4 of Mayans MC, A Crow Flew By. It picks up right where Episode 3 left off. Randall is bleeding out and dying, and Easy and Manny realize why Angel shot him. Noah also reveals that Randall was not his father, which we all pretty much guessed after what happened last episode. Manny says that killing him was the right thing to do, and while Easy agrees, he also knows that this is going to be really bad for the club from a business standpoint. Manny puts a bullet in Randall and finishes him off. To finish him off, and then they leave him there and make their way back to town. Then we finally get to see Miguel make his first appearance of the season. And I'm not even going to lie, I did not recognize him for a few seconds. He looks very, very different. We see him for a brief second as he is building a rock wall in a cemetery. We then see Hope and Coco. Hope wants a ride home from Coco after her work shift, and he says that he will, and then he takes off for the clubhouse. We then briefly go back to Miguel, who's continuing to build. He sees a kid watching him. The kid, whose name is Thomas, just like his son, comes over and starts helping Miguel. They actually juggle rocks for a little bit before getting back to work, and when the kid asks why they're doing that, Miguel says that they have to take care of the dead as well. Back at the clubhouse, there's a meeting going on to discuss the recent events. Conche demands to know who pulled the trigger on Randall, and all three of them share the blame. Angel admits to shooting him, Manny says that he made sure he was dead, and Easy lies and said that as the ranking officer, he made the final choice. Conche is not happy about it, but Alvarez says it was the right call, considering what Randall was doing. Conche still isn't happy about it, and he says that Easy and Angel killed the pipeline and possibly everyone standing there in that room. After that, the meeting ends and Yuma leaves the room, but Marcus tells the Santo Padre charter to stay back so he can deliver some news. We then see them come out of the room, and they clearly are not happy about the news that was given to them, and it's revealed that that news is Nestor being the new prospect. Although they don't like it, they accept it, but they treat Nestor just as they do any prospect, maybe even a little harsher, ordering him to get behind the bar and get beers. Then Conche calls Manny over and tells him that he's going back to Yuma with them sooner than expected, and it's clear they don't like how well he fits in with the Santo Padre charter and especially Easy. Manny goes over and says goodbye to Easy before heading out, and it's clear that they have gained some respect for each other. Back at the table, Alvarez and Coco have a private discussion. Alvarez says that he's been watching Coco put in work and staying clean, and he reminds him that the club is everyone, not just one person or one charter. He gives Coco an assignment, sending him to Oakland to represent the Santo Padre charter for the Fallen Brothers event. Coco says that he can handle it, and Marcus tells him that if he does well, his bottom rocker patch may be waiting for him upon return. Over at the bar, Bishop is heavily drinking, and it's clear that he is continuing to deal with the recent events very poorly. Outside, as the Yuma charter leaves, Easy approaches them and talks to Conche, once again taking some blame for Randall's death. Conche says he knows it was probably all Angel's fault, and Easy says that he wants to put the problems behind them for the good of the club. He wants to focus on Benquero and fixing that problem, but Conche snaps back at Easy. He says that he will never forgive him for what happened to his kid, and that Easy will always be a walking dead man to him. While this is happening, Marcus comes outside and watches from the porch. Afterward, Marcus and Easy go inside the clubhouse, and Marcus asks Easy if he knows why he was made vice president. Easy says no, and Marcus tells him it's because he has a good idea of what this club could be in the future. But he also tells Easy that he needs to learn their history and their rules, and he gives Easy a book that contains that information. We also get a Jax reference, which I always love. Marcus says that Jax said if you forget the past, such as the Yuma Santo Padre Civil War, you're doomed to repeat it. Marcus tells Easy to read the Mayans history book, and then he leaves. Back at the bar, Jess spills some beer, and Hank asks if she's okay. She says that she is better, but it's clear that she is jittery. Taz says that he does not recognize the club anymore, and Hank says that he thinks they're being tested, and he's not sure if they're going to make it. Jess gets sent home because she's clearly not looking okay, and when she goes outside, she calls the vice president of a Sons of Anarchy charter. Because of what she found, which was the body or the jacket of Montez, she is now spying for the Sons, and she says that she can't do it, but the vice president does not give her a choice. Bishop is continuing to down shots when Easy approaches him. Easy tries to apologize for taking the vice president from him, saying that he didn't ask for it, but it was just given to him. Bishop basically tells Easy to shove that apology up his ass, so Easy punches him in the face, and this was done to send a strong message. He tells Bishop to respect his vice president and tells the others to educate their ex-president. Now, honestly, I wasn't sure if we'd see or hear from Gabby again. I thought her story might be over, but Felipe gets a postcard from her saying that she got the internship, and although the company isn't as good where she is, there is less violence and bloodshed. We then see Miguel again, and it's revealed that he's staying at a convent where his aunt is a nun. Easy shows up to Felipe's butcher shop, and while waiting for him, he sees the postcard from Gabby. After seeing it, he drops it on the floor and leaves before he can talk to his father. We then get to see Creeper on a date, seemingly with someone. We then get to see Creeper on a date with someone from his group, and they have a good talk about their past and their current lives. Gilly also attends a party of one of his old friends from the military. And yes, that is CM Punk. When that door opened, I immediately had to go check online to confirm if I was seeing that correctly. Conche goes to Mexico to apologize to Benquero about what happened, and Benquero does not say a word. Instead, he just gets up and shoots the TV in front of him, and Conche leaves. Back with Miguel, a group of men approach, and it seems like they're going after him, so him and Thomas, the boy he's with, hide. The men arrive, yelling to bring him out. The nuns open the gate, and it's revealed they are not looking for Miguel, but a man named Martin, who's actually the father of the boy that's hiding with Miguel. The nuns are able to talk them down and convince them that Martin is not there, so they leave without a fight. At the clubhouse, Easy and Angel chat on the porch. Angel says that he's not home with the nails because he doesn't want to mess things up with her and the baby, but Easy tells him that not being there is the #1 way to do just that. Back at the party, Gilly tries to sneak out without saying goodbye, but gets caught. Gilly admits that the Mayans are the closest thing that he's ever had to a brotherhood since the military, and it's also revealed he's been suffering from PTSD from an event that happened during his time with the military. Outside, there's a fight with Gilly's friend and one of the neighbors, and Gilly tries to calm them down, and it seems to work for a second, but Punk's character hits the neighbor in the head. We then get to see Hope. She's leaving her shift, and she's expecting to find Coco, but he's not there, so she has to walk home. Back over to Angel, he gets home, and Nails tells him that Felipe is there. They sit down together in a very silent and awkward atmosphere. Then we see Alvarez, who is sitting with his kids trying to watch TV, and his wife says that she is inviting Bishop over for dinner the next week, which makes things a bit tense. Then Easy arrives at the door, and him and Marcus go outside to talk. Easy says that he read the book and he believes both Conche and Bishop will destroy the club. In the rules, there is a kill switch clause saying a president can be removed if there's a unanimous vote against them. Easy wants to use that against Conche and put the Brotherhood back in charge. The Brotherhood as in people that will see the club as one club, not just a charter versus charter. And although Marcus doesn't answer right away, I think it's safe to assume that he likes the idea. We then see the Sons of Anarchy vice president from earlier and the president meet. Because of the murder of Montez, Chibs greenlit the Sons to go to war with the Mines, and they plan to attack during the Fallen Brothers event, and that's where the episode ends. Now, this episode was definitely slower paced than the 3 previous ones, but by no means was it a bad one. I enjoyed the other 3 more, but this one set up 2 huge things, and the first is going to be the club's future. Removing Conche and Bishop and moving forward with people that can actually see a good united future for the club. And the second thing is the war between the Sons of Anarchy and the Mayans. The Fallen Brother event will be happening soon, and that's when the first attack from the Sons will be happening. And that means there is a lot to be excited for. We're going to get non-stop action and intensity in these next few episodes, and it's going to be insane. And while that's going on, there is still that internal conflict with Bishop, with Conche, and with Easy. Things are only going to escalate within the club, and I think it's becoming more and more likely that both Conche and Bishop don't survive this season. It was also nice to see Miguel again. We did not get too much of him, but I can't wait to see what he will be up to as the season goes on. Although he is a terrible person and a villain, he has been one of the best characters and one of the best antagonists in the show. Now, Creeper and Gilly's stories throughout this episode can be seen as filler to some fans, but I'm honestly happy that we got to see more of their character, and I like seeing them get developed more. Speaking of, we may finally get a Coco redemption arc as well. I thought he was done for. I did not think there was any coming back from last season, but it seems like there is a possibility. He still has a long road ahead of him, but he is trying to do good. And if things go right in Oakland, then that is a huge step. Overall, it was a slower paced, but still a good build-up episode, and the war is on its way. That is all for this episode, reviewing and recapping episode 4. I'm going to try and upload a few prediction videos on what can happen toward the end of this season, so be on the lookout for those. Like and subscribe if you enjoyed the video, and let me know what you thought of this episode down below in the comments.